game with the assists, the rebounds, everything. What was going on there, and what does he enable you to do during that stretch?
Well, you know, we were looking for a group to get some kind of continuity. It was just a funky game. It just seemed like there was, I don't know, it seemed like we couldn't catch our flow. Every time we started catching the flow, it just felt like we couldn't maintain it. And then that fourth quarter group got in there, and they did a tremendous job. I mean, Josh was finding guys, they were cutting, guys were moving for him. He and Dwight had, you know, beautiful hookups on the lob passes, and he just did a wonderful job of getting into spots, getting the ball, then making the next play, just breaking down the defense. He had a couple dunks when they didn't come over, and I mean, that group, you know, Brew and he off the bench along with Pablo, Trev, and Dwight really turned the game around for us. That was, you know, that was the game right there. They just played tremendous basketball on both sides of the ball.
Just going back to the end of the third quarter when Monte hits the three and then they score those first 4 shots, did you see anything like that coming?
No, because I'm not Nostradamus, but I try my best. I have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, you know, no. They made a heck of a three. Brew kind of came off of Monte Ellis late. He makes a long shot. They make a couple shots that I thought were coming out. They bounce around, went in. And you start thinking, oof, getting some good bounces there. But that group has been good for us. You know, that group, that fourth quarter group, they got a lot of juice. Brew got out and ran. And then we got some stops. You know, Josh and Dwight were being big in the middle, rebounding. Brew was running. Pablo's pushing it out. They got some pick and roll action where Josh was hitting the open spots, and then making plays from there that were fantastic. Brew had a couple back cuts that were beautiful, and we got the game separated. And, you know, it was a big. Needless to say, we didn't have a whole lot of rhythm all night long, but we found a way to win.
That big passing, we've done really since Josh has been here, but these last 2 games especially. Is it something in the way that they are defending on pick and roll and other things that make that happen?
You know, I think with Dwight coming back, and Dwight had a wonderful game, played great, you know, 28 points and 12 rebounds, played 33 minutes and looked good out there, so that was really great news. And then with Clint, both of the guys play up top of the rim, so you're going to have more of those. We didn't throw a lot of those at Demo and a couple other guys, so I think you see more of it because you have those type players out there.
Coach Terrence left the game in the third quarter. It looked like he got hit a little. Is he all right? Did you get to check him?
You know what? I was going to get TJ back in there, but that group just played so well. I mean, TJ did fine. You know, TJ is going to be a big part of us in this series. It's just that group caught rhythm. I was debating as to whether even bringing James back. You know, that group had such good rhythm, but we brought James back, and he and Josh ran one of our favorite plays a couple times, and they got baskets and got stretched out. But no, that was just a game where, you know, Josh played so well, and Josh played, I think, 5, 6, 7 minutes in the first quarter. First half and had 3 fouls. So I told him, I said, hey, you know, just hang in there. Don't let the fouls take you out of the game. We need a huge, big second half on you. Boy, he delivered.
You stole my question. I was going to ask about Josh. I mean, it looked like he was exacerbated at times up there in the first half. To see him trying.
Yeah, he was trying to rip his headband in 2, but the headband proved to be a little too strong. He gave it a good shot though. Tore it off, and he was ripping at it. He had a couple of calls, and I mean, I thought it was a very. It just felt like there was a very disjointed game. I don't know what it felt like from watching it, but from my perspective, it just felt choppy. It just like, you know, can we get some rhythm? Can we get some rhythm? And finally, in that fourth quarter, it felt like we broke free. I think we were 9 for 22 at the rim in the first half. So we had shots at the rim. We were missing them. Like I said, we just couldn't seem to find a rhythm. But we got a good rhythm in that fourth quarter, and that proved to be the game.
You guys had a great deal of success involving Dirk in the pick and roll defensively. Was that something you wanted to stress, or something the players just kind of took upon themselves to figure it out?
Well, we've talked about that, trying to keep Dirk in the pick and roll as much as we can. We've talked about the high-low, the big-to-big, them helping uphill, getting a few of those, and then, you know, Josh made a great, I think it was Josh made a great throw up to Brew in the corner, in the right corner. because after you get some big plays, it sucks in the corner guys, and we were trying to get Dirk in that to kind of initiate our action where we could maybe get downhill and get in the teeth of their defense. So that's part of, yeah, I mean, we're definitely trying to do that.
Now that this series is getting ready to shift to Dallas, what kind of momentum can this team take on the Big D?
Well, you know, momentum is really good for tomorrow if we're watching film and everybody feeling good. But Friday night, the momentum's gone. It's a 0-0 game in Dallas. We've got to go up there and we just got to play good basketball. You know, I think there's some things that we can do that'll be successful against them. I think there's some things that they do against us that we're going to have to clean up. I mean, we had some things that they gave us some problems. So, you know, we'll watch the film, try to improve what we can defensively. We've got to finish better at the rim than we did tonight. But you know, honestly, Friday night's going to be a whole new basketball game. It's just, you know, it starts off 0-0. The crowd will be into it. We were able to do what we needed to do, which was win 2 games here in Houston. Now we got to go up there and, you know, find a way to scrape out a win up there.
Kevin, in a game like this, playoffs against Dallas, to not feel like you could find it really to the fourth quarter, to still find a way to win, how significant is that? How much of that can have, how much that can have a carry?
Well, I think that's fantastic. Because I tell our guys all the time, it's going to get hard. It's going to get nasty. It's going to get where we're missing shots. It's going to get where we don't feel like we're getting calls or the calls are, you know, that's all going to happen in the course of the series. You just got to play through it. And I was, you know, like I said, I was really happy with our guys and their ability in the fourth quarter to really have a fantastic, you know, 7-minute run there with that group that broke the game open and got us the separation that we needed to get the win.
Thank you, guys. Last question.
Hey, coming into the playoffs, were you convinced that you were going to see this version of Dwight, or has this been a little bit?
You know, I was hoping, because Dwight's been a big time performer in the playoffs. Last year he was our dominant player in Portland series. But you know, I've told Dwight all along. I mean, I'm surprised that Dwight's able to be as effective as he is. He's had so many long periods away from basketball. He had a 2-month period just before this thing. But you know, he worked hard. He's starting to get his bounce back. I saw a lot of bounce in him in the last game against New Orleans, and he looks good. I mean, you know, he's looking good, man. You know, we played him 33, and that's kind of where we're hoping to get him in the low 30s tonight. I'll be interested to see how his knee feels tomorrow. And but you know, he's a big part of what we're doing. And with Dwight rolling hard, you know, protecting the paint, rebounding the ball, it puts a lot of pressure on the other team. Because if you make a mistake, it's a dunk. And no one likes to give up dunks, and you know, it puts pressure on you. So having Dwight back is huge for us. We just got to, you know, like I say, hopefully his knee feels good, and he can keep bringing that type of energy and that type of juice for the playoffs. All right.
Thank you.